Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll be solving the puzzle called arrays. So I'll be doing some easier ones now since it is getting sort of boring for me to solve long questions. So I thought let's go for some easier ones. So we'll be speeding up the process. So I'll be doing this NumPy series. Okay, easier ones unsolved. Okay, so this is from the same list. It is just it has sorted out the array ones. Okay, so only array related problems are here, that is easier ones. So I'll be solving one by one so that you will see they are comparatively very easy what I have done in the previous videos, just to speed up the process. Okay, so we have done almost 56 of them, so we'll be reaching faster. So let's go through the first one. It's arrays. Here you can see we'll be using library called NumPy mostly in this from here now from here onwards for some of the questions. Okay, and here you can see the NumPy numeric Python, which is called as NumPy. Num means numeric, Py means Python, numeric Python package this is, which helps us to manipulate large arrays and matrices of numeric data. So numeric data will be there in your matrix or array. They will be large and you can manipulate, you can play around with those via using this package. To use the NumPy module, we need to import it using this. So you just have to import like this. Now arrays, you are already aware of. NumPy array is a grid of values. They are similar to list, but except every element of an array must be the same type. So all the elements inside your array should be of same type. They are exactly similar to list, but same data type will be there. Each elements will be of same data type. That's what you can imagine. So first imported NumPy package, and then you can write in this fashion. A is your array. You can define in this fashion numpy.array. Inside this you give the array elements, okay, in the list form. So when you will access a1, this is 2, so this is 0th position, this is 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Okay, and then also one more example you can see here, similar to the above one, but the data type will become float. All of them will become float. Okay, in above example, numpy.array is used to convert a list into a NumPy array. The second argument float can be used to set the type of array elements. So all the elements will have same type, float. Now what is our task? Our task is, you are given a space separated list of numbers. Your task is to print a reversed NumPy array with the element type float. So first thing is we have to reverse the array, and second is we have to convert them into float. A single line of input containing space separated numbers. Output has to be reversed NumPy array with type float. So you can see an example here, 1 2 3 4 -8 -10. These are the space separated elements of array. You have to print in this fashion. So they are reversed and they are in float. You can see, okay, dot is there. So if you'll come here, you can see this is the format given to us. So we have to finish this function using NumPy array, and here you can see the input is dot strip dot split in this fashion, result arrays array print result. So they are calling a function arrays. Here we have to finish it, and NumPy is already imported. So we just have to reverse it and convert into float form. So let me reverse the array. So NumPy, we will be using the same stuff what we have used before, NumPy array, but this time what I'll do, whatever is coming as an input ARR, I'll convert into reverse form like this. Okay, so this will make it reversed, and float, for float you just write float. That's all. And you have to then return also. So let me show you first. Let me show you this thing, print. You can see the array will be reversed. You can see this. So it was already in this list form because of this thing. Okay, and when it came to this function array, you can use this stuff because it was a list. Okay, you can see it's a list. So you have reversed it, now you convert it into float, each of them. So just do comma float, simple exercise. Now instead of printing it, I'll return it because it is already printing here the result. Let me run it. Sample test case is passed. You can see it looks exactly similar our output. Submit it. All the test cases are passed. Done. So you can see there are no constraint here, that is good. And you have done the challenge. Let's move on to the next.